stay forever.
Hello there again, my friends. This is a boy and his dog, and welcome to Retro Edition, where I continue my mission to play and review every game released on the Evercade, old and new. In today's video we take our first deeper butchers at the first home computer collection, the C64 Collection 1, with AlleyKat. So without further ado, let's get started. AlleyKat is a vertical scrolling shoot 'em up developed by Andrew Braybrook and released on the Commodore 64 in 1986. There's not much to it. You compete in races, survive and make enough money, and you can enter the next, and so on. Although they have different names and flavours, it's all pretty much boils down to the same thing regardless of the colour of the background or objects on the stage. The game scrolls vertically, so every time you reach the line it loops the route. Before each race it will tell you how many laps or loops you need to survive to win the race and gain the reward. You also gain bonus points for shooting down enemies, but don't confuse points for prizes, well, money. You may get a lot of score, but the reward is flat rate, and if you don't survive the race you get nothing regardless of the score you racked up. By holding down fire then letting go, you seem to be able to double up your firepower, but your ship is a little wider with two big guns either side and therefore not as easy to wield. So there's a nice choice there between firepower or better manoeuvrability. There's a core animation. If you push down you do a backflip, which is a great idea for avoiding those beasties that come up your rear. In practice, but get the timing right is another thing entirely. By pushing up on the controller you will increase in speed, but you can increase it quite significantly, and it's a bit of a rush. But me days, you'll be crashing soon if you keep it up for too long. There are letters on the floor. E gives you some energy back and G gives you money, so fly over as many as possible. I would say sometimes it's probably best to just avoid enemies, as you don't always have the time or firepower as they fly straight for you. And keep to a side, flatten everything with bullets if possible, then as you continue to loop, increase speed as much as you dare and go for it. Watch out for random enemies though, and last minute dodge accordingly, because it's hard to shoot them down at full speed. And that's it. The gameplay loop is simple. Just keep trying to survive each race and get enough money to continue to the next. Obviously the cost of each race increases in price, so crashing and burning is not really an option if you want to compete in any races outside the initial few. This game was a funny one. It feels like you're doing exactly the same thing each time, which I guess is true of most games, but it feels really obvious here. But saying that, the pull of raking in as much money as possible and pushing yourself as far down that race list as you can is quite an addiction. Also, trying to see how fast you can go whilst avoiding everything and surviving into the end is kind of a game all on its own. So yeah, I kind of dig it in its addictive simplicity, a fun one to start the collection on. Makes me excited to get stuck in and play the next. And if you've made it here to the end of the video, thank you ever so much for joining me. Please leave a thumbs up or a comment if you would like. Either way, I'm just chuffed you poked your head in the door to take a gander. As always, I hope you have an awesome day, my friends. And until next time, be seeing you.